Hi, today we're going to be comparing texts with similar themes, which means we're going to find two books that have the same theme. Oftentimes, the same lessons are learned in different ways or by different people through different life experiences. Mrs. Van Lieshout told this story, and she said, I think back to the story I shared about working hard to achieve a goal in my gym class with the sit and reach. If you remember her telling that story in class, how she had to work really, really hard and practice every night to get the reach she wanted to win the physical fitness award. She said, I learned that through hard work and dedication, I could accomplish a goal. I can think of someone else that learned that same lesson. My older brother is not the athletic type, but one day he decided that he was going to run the Boston Marathon. We all thought he was crazy and never thought he'd do it. He raised money through his university to earn a spot in the race. He trained all year, and much to my family's surprise, after a lot of dedication and hard work, he completed the Boston Marathon. He set his mind to achieve a goal, and he did it. This goes to show that the same lesson can be learned by different people. Today I want to teach you that just like in life, characters in different books can learn similar lessons. Therefore, these books share similar themes. As we think about books that we've read, we can compare books with similar themes. Sometimes you will find that two books that you think couldn't possibly have anything in common end up sharing a common theme, and it will surprise you. I want you to watch how I think about the book Fox and the themes that I found in Fox. I then work to think about other books I've read that share a similar theme. So let's take a look at this chart. Here's the chart that I made. When I think about Fox, I think, the theme that is similar to both of them is this theme right here. It's okay to be hesitant to trust people you don't know very well. And then what we want to do is find evidence in both books of that theme. So I'm looking for how do they both talk about trusting people and being hesitant? Well, Magpie was hesitant to trust Fox and told Dog he belongs nowhere. He loves no one. Those are exact words out of the book, and that's what we're looking for. She did not feel comfortable around Fox and should have trusted her gut. He was not their friend. This part is my interpretation of it, what I can come up with, the inference that I've come up with from the story. This part right here is an actual statement from the story. That's your evidence. Okay, so I was thinking, you know what? It's kind of the same theme in Crow Call. Liz was hesitant to trust her father after he had returned from the war. He had been gone so long. And here's what she says. She says, I wanted to scamper ahead like a puppy, but there is an uneasy feeling along the edge of my back at the thought of walking in front of someone who is a hunter. She clearly does not trust him yet. She's very hesitant to trust him. So that's our evidence from the book. And then here, she too is hesitant, but learns after her dad does not shoot the crows that she can trust him. And that's our inference from it. It doesn't say in the book she can now trust him, but we can infer that that's what happened. In both cases, they're talking about being hesitant to trust people, but they're two totally different situations. And one turns out bad, and the other one turns out good. Let's go back to our presentation. Okay, so now I have to find my place. Excuse me. Where were we? Okay, so now I can start to think about comparing texts with similar themes. I might write a journal response on two texts with the same theme, but explain how the characters learn the lesson differently. I would start out by writing a post-it while reading. Okay, so what you need to do is to think about two books you've read with similar themes. I'm going to go back one slide. And when I say I'd start out by writing a post-it while reading, I want you to think about that. You should be making a post-it discussing what you think is the theme of a story. There may be several themes. There should be several themes in your story if it's a good story. And that'll give you many themes to pick from when you want to compare it to another book. Think about 2 books you've read with similar themes. If this is hard for you, think about a book you've read that shares a theme with Fox. Jot down the book and themes on your post-it. Or make a list of some of the books you have read and their themes. Look to see if any of them have one in common. A book may have more than one theme. A book, again, may have more than one theme. That's really important. The books that you're reading, you should have a couple post-its. Like I said earlier, a good book will have several themes in it. When you go off to read today, think about 2 books you've read that share the same theme. Make a chart similar to this one. All right. And in your notebook, make it in your notebook to compare these themes across text. Make sure to include evidence from the book. It might be helpful to even highlight the evidence from the book. And off you go to do good work. If you would like a copy of the chart, it's in the resource folder.